A few weeks ago, I made a video on the equipment that always goes on the outside of my sling pack. They are the particular versions of some of the most common pieces of fly fishing gear that I've found work for me. Today, we're going on the inside of the pack to talk about things that might not be as common, but are probably essentials worth packing if you're going to be far away from your car on the water. We'll talk about all three of those pieces of gear today on Casting Across. Hi, I'm Matthew of castingacross.com, where I explore the quarry and culture of fly fishing. When it comes to packing our bags and packs to go out on the water, we're always playing this game of what we want, what we need, and how much space that we have. Some things are non-negotiable. You need flies, and you probably want a lot more flies than you need. You need tippet. You probably need a floatant, you need some strike indicators, you need some weight, and you probably should be bringing some water as well. But that doesn't mean that there's not still space for some things that you may not use. These are things I would put in the better to have and not need than need and not have category. And that's precisely what we're talking about today. So once again, this is my Vitavu Beast Sling Pack. This is the pack that I take if I'm gonna be out on the water all day, or if I'm kind of prospecting new water and I need to have a lot of different flies and equipment at my disposal. But inside of it are the three pieces of equipment I'm talking about today. The first one is a flashlight, and not the kind of flashlight you're going to use to get off the water if you're fishing late at night, but a small UV flashlight from the good people at Loon Outdoors. This actually comes with two tubes of epoxy, and I'll just show you what they look like brand new. This is their UV kit. Comes with a flashlight as well as a tube of UV wader repair and UV knot sense. We'll talk about the knot stuff here in a second, but the primary reason I carry this with me is for the wader repair. If I get a pinhole or a small tear in my waders from my waist down, I want to be able to make that fix quick and on the water so I can keep fishing and stay comfortable. If I am fishing all day, I don't want to get wet. If I'm fishing a tailwater or a spring creek, I don't want to get cold. And so simply by taking off my waders, drying them off using my sleeve or something like that, and then hitting the epoxy on both sides of the hole, zapping it with this little light, I'm good to go. The fixes I've made on my waders seasons ago are still going strong. So this weighs virtually nothing and can easily go in my pack. Second thing is a big hook hone. Now, if you watched my video last time, you know that my nippers have a small hook hone on it, and I use that when I'm touching up dry flies that I've nicked on rocks or nymphs that have been ticked on the bottom quite a bit. But if I am fishing a streamer or a popper, something with a larger hook, something in that 8.6, 4.2, 1/0, 2/0 size and larger, I like to have something I can really get a hold of and really do a good job of making a nice point on a streamer that I've caught a lot of fish with, or I've sunk into the side of a log, I've gotten hung up on a twig and had to pull it out of. Having this on my person can really do a lot to make sure that those hook points are nice and sharp. Especially when I'm fishing for predatory fish that are slashing at flies, I want to increase the chances of those hookups, and having a sharp hook is really, really important to do. So a hook hone is always on my person. This one comes from Tiemco, weighs virtually nothing, fits in the pack with ease. The third thing, this one might be the most controversial, is a nail knot tool. This one is from Tie Fast. I've had this for probably 25 years. Now, I can tie a nail knot without a tool. That's not to brag, it's just done it enough under circumstances that are less than ideal that I know I can do it. But I can tie a much better, much neater, much smoother nail knot using this little tool. And once again, it has zero weight and it slides in very, very simply. What that allows me to do is take one of my pre-tied butt sections, that along with a number of other things live in a little leader wallet, and I can go to the end of my fly line, make a nice, neat, well-looped nail knot, snug it up real good, trim off the ends, hit it with the UV knot sense from this kit that lives in here also. And what I have that I'm fishing with now is just as good as I could have put together at my bench at the house. And in my mind, it's better to have a great knot than an okay passable knot if I'm gonna be fishing all day. And if it doesn't take up any more space, then it makes it even better. So those are three things that I always bring with me if I'm fishing far away from my car. Now, in my car, I've got other stuff that I can use in case of emergencies, real nuclear options, right? Boot laces and duct tape, all that sort of thing. Some WD-40 in case something gets gritty and squeaky in my reel. But these are things I will bring with me because I don't want to have to walk all the way back to the car just to tie a knot or just to fix a pinhole in my waders. Are there pieces of equipment that you always carry with you, even though you probably won't need them? And I'm not talking about ugly flies, but the things you probably won't need on a fishing day in, fishing day out basis. Let me know in the comments below. Then head over to castingacross.com for 3 posts a week on the people, places, and things that go into the pursuit of fish.